contrasting styles of these two teams are what's going to make this game fun.
And they've had some excellent games. I mean, some of the really close and tight fought games were between these two teams.
This is going to be a fun one here this afternoon.
Derrick, bring it down the house!
Great ball movement from the Lady Panther.
That was nice.
Rivaldo can just do so many things. It's so athletic.
You mentioned earlier in the game, Pat, how you really like this freshman. I can see why.
The Brighton Bengals
Are the Division II state champions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester for the opening round of the 2018 Boston City League basketball playoffs. Tonight, we have a boys matchup between the New Mission Titans and the Excel Knights. Hello, everybody. I'm Pat Flaherty, joined by my partner, as always, Alan Platt. And Alan, this is the first year of this new expanded format in the city playoffs here
Extra
in Boston
teams,
City
right?
League basketball.
Yeah.
That's right, extra teams. We have two teams that are sort of complete opposites. You've got a New Mission team that's been sort of the cream of the crop in the city for the past decade, and then you got Excel, who's sort of getting back to where they want to be after a couple of down years. Excel's got a lot of seniors. New Mission's got a lot of freshmen. This is contrasting styles here tonight, to say the least.
Extremely contrasting, and interesting coaching matchup also. Veteran coaches who actually went away from coaching for a few years, and then now both of them just happen to be, this is their first year back, both Malcolm Smith with New Mission, and also the same thing with South Boston. It's amazing. So they know each other very well. They know styles, and like you said, because of the difference in the two rosters, a lot of learning on one end with New Mission, and then depending on a lot of the upperclassmen leadership for Excel.
Yeah, you start with Excel, and their top senior and top scorer and top player is Yaniel Balbuena. He's one of the players we're going to be looking out for tonight. Very good all-around scorer here for the Excel Knights.
No doubt about that, especially when he makes his first few shots. As you see, he made his 1,000th career point earlier this last week, actually. But he's, like you said, outside shooter, can also go to the basket, some slick moves, good ball handler. But the coaching staff told me when he makes his first few in a game, that's what they look out for, because then they feel like he's comfortable early on and can really keep it going throughout the whole entire game.
Without question, very streaky shooter for the Excel Knights. Meanwhile, on the other side, our spotlight player for New Mission is a freshman. They're very young. Number 22, Dakari Brown, is our spotlight player this evening, and he's one of those players. He comes off the bench, but he is a spark plug.
A lot of energy, both on offense and defense. Like you say, he can score to be a spark plug if need be, or if there's a need for a defensive stopper, he can do that. You can see him right there getting to the basket with his dribble drive, outside shot from three-point lane can go down. So even though he's a freshman, and we've seen this with a number of teams in the city this year, freshmen are making their way onto the floor for some really important minutes.
No question. And you see Brown with a few highlights here. Very explosive player. You know, Malcolm Smith called him Vinnie Johnson the microwave because he comes off the bench, and in a second he's ready to go. Averaging 13 points a game for the New Mission Titans this season. Him and Juan Salas, another very good freshman who's a starter, are going to be very relied upon heavily today for the New Mission Titans and throughout the rest of the season, because a lot of these freshmen are getting minutes for New Mission. Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky, who's got an update for us. Seth, what do you have?
Thanks, guys. We've got a fun matchup tonight between two teams that likely wouldn't have faced off in prior playoffs. On the one side for South Boston, this is their first trip to the city playoffs since Malcolm Smith was a junior back in his playing days. He's really happy with where the team that he inherited this year has come, because they've bought into his system and they work really well as a team. He thinks that if they pass the ball well today and they play 5-on-5 rather than 1-on-1 on offense, they should have a good chance to win. On the other side, Malcolm Smith, another first-year head coach, is just happy to be here. He thinks that this team has already exceeded expectations, probably playing 4 or 5 more games than he expected going into the year, and they're probably a year, maybe 2 years away from really competing at the state level. The big thing for New Mission today, Saquon Dare, the very talented sophomore center, is available. He's been sick all week. They weren't sure if he'd be able to go. He might be a little bit limited in his minutes, but that should be a huge advantage for a New Mission team that already has a big size advantage on an undersized South Boston team. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. And if you look at the two teams, you know, South Boston doesn't have a lot of height. So if New Mission now, with one of their bigs available, if they can use that to their advantage, that could help them.
I think we'll definitely see them go inside. No doubt about that. And again, it'll be sort of a chess match as the game develops. One team, like Seth said, just happy to be here. Another team, New Mission, year after year after year, like you said, high expectations.
No question. New Mission with the sort of the gold standard in the City League and Excel. Very good season this year. So both these teams want to make it to the semifinals of the city playoffs here in 2018. That is on the line tonight in this new playoff format. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have the opening tap here from Latin Academy High School in Dorchester right after these words. Don't go away.
And it was time for homework. I hate homework. It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just gotta
trying as
try a
hard
little
as I
harder.
can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Welcome to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester. We're just about ready to start the 2018 City League Playoffs opening round between the New Mission Titans and the Excel Knights. And first up, we're going to take a look at the New Mission starting lineup. And there you see Finklin Salas, another freshman, R.J. Young, Abdul Teslim, the lone returning starter, or lone returning varsity player from last year, and then the Dare, who's been under the weather, but we'll see if Saquon can tough through it here tonight. Meanwhile, for the Excel Knights, their starting lineup, Murphy, Balbuena, who we talked about, Christian Arthur, also another very good player for Excel, a senior, Lee and Holman down low. Lee and Holman not very big, sort of those scrappy bigs that this team relies upon. They're probably going to be counted upon a lot on the defensive side tonight to try to contain
No doubt
the
about
Titans'
that.
big men.
As a matter of fact, as they walk out to the floor, you'll see a distinct difference in height with New Mission being a little bigger. But again, like you talked about Excel being sort of a scrappy team, and we'll see that on this type of a court. This is, again, one of the smaller courts in the city of Boston. Players like this, the shooters like it, and then as the players are made to play defense, you don't have to cover as much territory.
That's right. The bigs like it because you always talk about how much they have to run up and down.
Back and forth, right? Baseline to baseline.
Excel Knights in the all-white with the blue and red trim. New Mission in the navy and the gold trim. We were set to go here at Latin Academy High School. Titans control the opening tip.
We're starting out in a straight man-to-man defensively for Excel.
Get it inside to Teslim, and now it's Salas firing up a three. Juan no good on that one. Rebound comes down to Young, and the Titans will reset. Teslim rattles home a three from the corner.
I mean, we didn't talk much about him in the open, but he's one of the only returning varsity players from last season's team. So he'll be important, especially with his size.
Three-pointer on the way and good for Excel as Christian Arthur continues his hot streak. Try to feed it inside to Teslim, does New Mission, and he traveled with the basketball.
He lost the ball and lost control of his footsteps.
Talk about Christian Arthur, who just hit that three. He had 30 points last Thursday against Cash. You see Arthur straight to the bucket. He was short on that one.
And that's got a piece of that. Yeah.
I'll go back to New Mission.
You mentioned Cash, and we actually had a chance to see both Cash and Fenway, and this Excel team played them sort of back to back and won all four of those games. Matter of fact, you mentioned the game where he got the 1,000 points. That was against Fenway.
The turnover in the backcourt there as Murphy then gets knocked around, and that foul is going to either be on Dare or Finklin. It's on Finklin.
It's a good job by Cal Murphy, the sophomore. Sort of a smallish guard out there, but good quickness to see that loose ball.
Balbuena with it, skips it over to Murphy. Balbuena has been quiet in the early going here.
Well, it's like a sliding zone.
Yaniel rattles home a three.
I tell you, it's small in here, Pat. He probably heard you because you let that go as soon as you touched it.
TJ Young, corner three, nothing but nylon. We're
All
tied up at
threes.
6.
There's four threes in the first 4 hoops of the game.
This is where this game is going. And that's knocked out of bounds by Finklin. That'll stay with Excel. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Yeah, Coach Johnson's right. I mean, they just got it over half court. There's no way.
Hakeem wants to get the rest of his time.
It's probably down to 20. I would say.
At most, right? Officials getting this straightened out. And you mentioned the fact the new format in the city championship has a lot of these players excited.
No question.
The chance to get an extra chance to get to the semifinals.
Valbuena with another three, and that one goes off the back iron. Murphy comes down with a beautiful feed inside to Arthur.
Good job, like you mentioned. Murphy made the play, just staying around the basket, getting that loose ball and making the assist.
Inside to Teslim. Abdul cannot finish underneath. Rebound comes down to Arthur.
Beautiful drop step move by Teslim. Valbuena stays at the top of the key. Must be his favorite spot.
Murphy short on the three. Rebound comes down to Saquon Dare. Excel with a 2-point lead. 4:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Finklin going to launch a deep three, and that rattles home off the backboard.
Right in front of us. Looked like it was way off target, but used the backboard.
1-point lead now for New Mission. Good swing, Valbuena. Now it's Murphy for three, and around the rim and out is Kyle's shot. Now here comes Andrew Finklin up to Salas, and Juan got a little.
Got excited. He saw some open floor, but the defender in front forced him to take the extra step before he put the ball down.
You see Coach Johnson in his first year back as Excel's head coach.
He was there 6 years before that.
Yeah, South Boston High.
Took like five years off.
Spent a year or two at Mass Bay, coaching on the women's side. As Valbuena gets a shot blocked inside.
It's like a 1-3-1, looks like. Although more than 2-3, I guess. But they're really focusing on Valbuena up top. Good job underneath. I mean, that just challenged the size inside of New Mission.
Yeah, Sammy Hallman, who is technically the center for Excel.
You see a good job, and he gets his own miss. One of the few seniors on this. Well, they have some, but he's one of the seniors.
Hallman good on the first free throw. Abdul Teslim was called for the foul. You mentioned this new playoff format and more teams getting in. You look at a team like South Boston, they might not have gotten in under the older format, but they've had a really good year. And another thing that this new format does too is it really emphasizes the games in the division of the Boston City League.
Right. It means a lot more. It means more.
Strong move inside. Nice count move. The basket and the foul for Saquon Dare.
So that was a good move. And he's the one that they weren't sure if he's going to play or not.
Right, he's been sick for a few days.
A little step inside, takes the bump, and still banks it home.
Dare just a sophomore, so no good on the second. Salas, the freshman, with a rebound. Gets it blocked. Put back good from TJ Young.
Quickness inside.
Excuse me, RJ Young. We'll stay with Excel.
2-2-1 full court pressure by New Mission. Looking to trap the ball. That's the way to beat it.
Balbuena off the crossover. Couldn't finish over the top. Gets his own rebound. Gets blocked inside. Here comes Salas for New Mission. And Salas lost his footing again. Coach Smith mentioned that, Juan's a freshman. He's been playing the most minutes of any player on New Mission. He said, I think he's sort of starting to hit that freshman wall at this point in the season.
That's a good possibility.
Step back from Balbuena. It's blocked inside. RJ Young has had a really nice couple of minutes here for New Mission. Good swing for the Titans. Teslam with another three, no good. Salas chases it down.
Good passing in the half-court set from both teams. Getting open shots.
Teslam unable to squeeze it home inside. Good hustle from Hallman, but it's Dare who comes away with it. Young for three, short with that one. Good rebound by Lee.
See, the thing is, both teams want to have a fast pace.
Balbuena forcing the action. He'll get 2 free throws.
A lot of action this first few minutes. See on the replay these.
Substitution for the Knights as Murphy comes out. Carlos Vasquez heading in for Excel.
Good shot at Balbuena.
Knocks down the second.
He's the scorer that Excel needs to stay in the standings. Wow. Great pressure. I mean, the first time South Boston went totally full court pressure and forced a bad pass.
5th turnover now for the Titans. Substitution, there's Dakari Brown, who we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about him in the open. 22 in blue. He'll get some action going.
Balbuena trying to feed it inside. Good hustle by Arthur to hang on to it. Vasquez. Now it's Holman. Balbuena now guarded by Dakari Brown. Arthur for three, around the rim and out. Inside to Dare, and he's able to get that one to go.
Uses body well. The upper body strength of Dare gave him that shot.
Good give and go to Arthur, laying it down inside to Vasquez. It's no good.
Yeah, I thought Arthur was going to take that himself.
Finklin on the open floor. Good swing to Dare, and he's short with the three. Brown with the rebound inside.
Held ball. Yes.
And it's going to stay with the Mission.
One of the advantages of being a playoff game, you get 3 officials.
Brown short with the three. Finklin corner three, no good. Another rebound for New Mission. They are controlling the boards effortlessly.
Another held ball. Good job by Dari. Came over. Dakari came over. He was out of the play. Athletic enough to jump with Excel and create a held ball.
Balbuena going baseline. Vasquez for three. He's short with that one. Brown comes away with it, and then Lee with the bump, so there'll be a foul on Kwong Lee.
You see the little bump, and then Lee fell on Brown's foot for the foul.
We talked about the rebounding for the Titans. 16-4 rebounding advantage for New Mission.
You can't be surprised because they have a major height advantage.
And that will do it for the first quarter here at Latin Academy High School in Dorchester. The New Mission Titans lead the Excel Knights 15-12. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we'll have the second quarter of the opening round of the city playoffs here in Game of the Week right after these words.
Green hat, red hat, oops. Red shirt, blue shirt, yellow shirt, oops. Yellow pants, red pants, green pants, oops.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester for Game of the Week. Folks, if you want to follow us on social media, you can certainly follow us on Facebook. Search for Game of the Week here in Boston on Facebook. A lot of good pictures, videos, updates. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. We're just about ready to start the second quarter here on Game of the Week. Boys City Playoffs opening round between New Mission and Excel. Titans with a 3-point lead to start the second quarter. It's been a rebounding advantage all game. Nice block inside by Balbuena. The Titans have been controlling the boards so far. Excel still hanging tough, however.
Well, the key is the guy with the ball, Balbuena.
That's knocked out of bounds off of Vasquez, so
he's going to
go back to
Balbuena's going to have to create his own offense, but also set up his teammates because clearly he's going to see a lot of double teaming in the rest of the game.
Corner three from Salas is off the back iron. Arthur straight to the goal, gets the basket and the foul. Christian Arthur.
Well, as soon as he got the ball in the front court, we could hear Hakeem Johnson yelling from the bench, go, go. He knew exactly the type of drive that he'd get. And chance for a three-point play.
You mentioned that Balbueno's got to find some of his teammates. If he continues to get double-teamed, Arthur's got to be the next guy, and he has been.
Right.
Finklin looking inside. Walking with the basketball was Tyrese Marshall.
Yeah, that pass led him a little too far under the hoop. You gotta love the energy, though. These kids, Friday night in Boston and a playoff game for the city champ to try to get to the city championships.
That ball poked away by New Mission. Finklin inside. And strong move to the basket that time from Javon Williams, junior forward for the Titans.
Gotta get it back to Balbuena. There you go.
Good swing to Arthur. Christian for three. No good off the back rim. Lee coming away with the rebound, but he lost it inside. Marshall trying to go coast to coast, but he's called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, threw that off arm out. Didn't need to. He actually had the defender beat, but for some reason just got that chicken wing out there. You'll get that call all the time. Tyrese Marshall takes a break.
Marshall, a sophomore for this Titans team. 6 underclassmen on this varsity team for New Mission.
That's what I've been waiting for. Balbuena, right?
What a reverse lay-in.
I'm telling you, see, he can create for himself. He's so long and controls the ball so well.
Arthur trying to get the steal. Salas there behind him. And Dare rips it away for the Titans. Salas trying to go baseline. A little bit of contact inside. Now they whistle a foul.
Yeah, Lee actually got him on the arm.
And so Williams will head to the free throw line.
See if we can see a lot of action inside. Actually, it was Balbuena. Yeah, Balbuena, you watch him, he's just the type of player that he can create, he can get his own shot, and he's really patient. A lot of times you see the high scorers who are really anxious. Very patient. You gotta like the fact he takes the responsibility of being the biggest player out there for his team. So he goes down to the baseline defensively to rebound. On offense, he stays up top to make sure he's distributing the ball well. That drive to the basket was important, I think, for him because now he knows he can create some space for himself.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Johnson mentioned to us earlier in the week that he's a streaky shooter, but those type of players, even just a layup like you just mentioned, can get those guys going as Balbuena gets his shot blocked.
Yeah, that time was one of the few times he took a forced shot.
Brown straight to the bucket. Gets that one to go for him.
You mentioned this in offense for him. It's taking a few minutes, but once he gets it, he has a nose for the rim. Got to find Balbuena. That's that. Looks like the Excel kids are getting away from what they were doing earlier a little bit. I mean, in their half-court offense, Balbuena usually goes to the baseline, then works his way back up to the wing. But his teammates aren't finding him early enough in the shot clock.
It's a good shot earlier. Assistant coach Ellie Clayton, who used to be a player for Malcolm Smith at East Boston about 10 years ago.
A lot of the former players want to stay into it. They either become officials, assistant coaches, like you said.
Into Balbuena, had to rip it away. And then he's grabbed at the top of the key. That foul's going to be on Jonathan Burry. So Balbuena will head to the free throw line. 1-on-1 situation for Excel. Down by 3 here with 5:15 left to go in the first half. So they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way until halftime as Balbuena knocks down the first. You see Coach Hakeem Johnson, and you mentioned, players coming back and refereeing and coaching. That's what Coach Johnson did. He left South Boston, coached at the community college level, then took some time off, refereed, did a few other things, and then came back to coaching.
It's one of those things, you talk to coaches all the time, and they'll tell you it's fun when you have a team that listens. That's what they all say. But year to year, you never know when you're going to get that kind of group.
Right.
And so that's one thing Malcolm Smith said at New Mission. His first year coaching the boys at New Mission, and he said, well, even though they're young, they do listen. And his expectations are higher than theirs are. So he has to sort of temper himself to realize, okay, they're young, they're learning, so let me just sort of ride with them.
Dare gets it poked away. Here comes Murphy. Murphy in the open floor gets the layup.
Like that finish because the defender ran in front of him trying to throw him off balance. It's a tie game.
Brown off the crossover, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Nice move. That crossover freed him up. Use that strength, that speed you talked about. Watch Kyle. Finishes that off nice. A lot of times you have the defender running right by. He has no intention of touching you, but just tries to throw you off.
Sure. We see that all the time. Guys miss layups for that reason. As Brown knocks down the first free throw. Going back to what Malcolm said about his players listening, you have a bunch of young guys who have never played high school basketball. Then you have just one guy from last year's team who's really been in the program very long. And he wasn't a starter, so he knows he has to listen to the coach to get playing time.
Okay, good hustle for Excel that time. Arthur kept that possession because New Mission actually they were close to the ball until Arthur came along. It's interesting. They're playing a boxing one now. They have the freshman playing Balbuena. Nice steal.
Here comes Barry back the other way. Brown off the up fake. Barry corner three off the back iron. Brown with the shove.
Push, yeah.
Juan Salas going to check back in for the Titans as Andrew Finklin gets a breather.
Yeah, Finklin's a football player, right? Yeah,
that's right.
I remember him from the football team.
Yeah, very good running back for New Mission. I believe he had double-digit touchdowns this past fall.
Yeah, a lot of running backs turn into point guards, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. And that front end of the free throw was no good, so New Mission still down by 2 here with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Salas for 3. Once again off the back rim for him. Holman looking for Arthur. Arthur working on Salas. Now back to Vasquez. And once again, no good on the 3. Vasquez chases his own rebound. Good swing by the Knights, and the 3's no good.
Well, you know, Hakeem Johnson's happy over here because they're actually running the offense they want. They're just not making the open shots. I mean, their shots, that last sequence with the offensive rebound, they got 2 wide open shots. That's all you can ask for. Ten-second good defense by Excel to force a 10-second backcourt violation.
So another turnover there for the Titans. And almost a steal there for New Mission. Now it's Hallman. And Valbuena back to Arthur. Arthur on the drive. A lot of contact, but he got a shot blocked.
By Dare.
Ooh, almost a turnover there. Again for the Titans. Here comes Barry. Brown for 3 off the front rim. Both teams have gone cold from the outside. And that's a turnover in the backcourt for the Knights.
Yeah, tough angle that time is, yeah, Vasquez gets stuck in the corner there and got a bad angle on that pass.
Malcolm Smith calls a timeout here for New Mission as they lead by 2. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And that was the 4th timeout there for the Excel Knights. Who
turnover, first turnover.
Turnover, excuse me. They've been taking care of the basketball pretty well here in the first half. We'll see if that continues. Our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky, has got an update for us. Seth, what do you have?
Guys, New Mission coach Malcolm Smith's message to his team was that they needed to feast down low. They started off this second quarter by going down low 2 of their first 3 possessions. Since then, they've been settling for a lot of 3-pointers. Even some of the players are yelling at each other, stop settling. We'll see if they can take that note and actually fix it heading into halftime as they hold on to a slim lead. Guys?
Thanks very much, Seth. And the Titans with the 2-point lead. And like Seth mentioned, you know, both teams have been jacking up a lot of 3s here in the first half. And I know a lot of offenses have geared towards that.
The first 4 hoops of the game were 3s.
Right.
Actually, 4 out of the first 5.
So, and I think most coaches will say, take as many 3s as you want, but if we go cold, then we got to start going inside.
Well, especially when you have a size advantage. That's the thing. They want to get Balbuena in foul trouble if possible. We mentioned Balbuena being the tallest kid on the Excel team, so he goes down to the baseline in their defensive set.
Salas, deep 3. That time he knocks it down.
Well, he was right in his motion.
5-point lead for New Mission. Arthur on the drive, and once again it's Dare there to make it difficult. Here comes Salas. Salas, corner 3, that one around the rim and out. Dare with the putback.
Went straight up. Yeah, Excel needs a timeout. They're down 7 now. Giving up offensive rebounds and wide open 3-point looks.
Yeah, Coach Johnson knows his team's getting beat on the boards. When you have a guy who can go over the top like that, you just need a better box out.
That's a nice shot there. Well, watch the rebound. Yeah, Dara, we talked about him. Key is he went straight up. I mean, it's minimal contact, and a lot of times officials aren't going to call that. That's just a good effort. But again, for Excel, all they can talk about is the boxing out and rebounding, because their offense is actually running well. They're getting good shots, but defensively, they're giving up second chance opportunities coming out of that timeout. They just had a lapse because they gave up a wide open set shot for a three-pointer. That's not usually how they play it.
When you're a smaller team like the Knights, I guess you could probably give up the fact that you're not going to get a ton of offensive rebounds.
Right, but you got to box out.
Defensively,
you got to box out.
You got to box out.
Everybody,
box
no
out.
one can take off. Everyone got to stay below the, basically below the foul line once the shot goes up, because they'll put a body on somebody.
And almost another turnover here for the Excel South Boston Knights. They got to be careful right now too. They've kept it within a 7-point game with about 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter, but there's a turnover inside of Teslam for the layup, and now it's a 9-point lead.
Yeah, being too tentative with the ball, Excel, much too tentative. Wow, had a wide open layup that time and threw it behind Lee.
You're going to see Teslam getting that layup off the turnover. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. A nice up and under move from Abdul Teslam. The two bigs are really putting a hurting on Excel.
That's what New Mission wanted to do after the timeout.
Arthur straight at the rim. What a fancy finish from Christian Arthur.
Yeah, good strong move.
Stops the bleeding here with 1:35 left to go before halftime.
Travel.
Yeah, Abdur Aiden got a little excited there.
I don't think he didn't expect to be that wide open. So he wanted to make the shot perfect.
Abukar also a freshman, so three freshman guards getting a lot of action for New Mission here in this one. Another jump ball that's going to go back to the Titans.
Yeah, Murphy somehow just got himself caught up and allowed the defense to tap the ball. Got to go back to Balbuena. Let him create something.
Double screen at the top of the key there. Balbuena no good on the three. Gets his own rebound. Fires up another three, and that one's no good either.
Yeah, so he's feeling some pressure now to get his team out of this hole.
Get up, get up.
Step back three for Salas.
Wow. Looked like it was a little off center, but nice touch.
Balbuena inside to Vasquez, swatted away by Dare.
Made the right pass, but the size just got that block and run out.
Aiden for three. Big time run here for the Titans. It's now a 15-point lead for New Mission. And that's going to be a foul on Dakari Brown, so Balbuena will get back to the free throw line.
Yeah, the problem for Excel, they went at least 4 minutes without Balbuena really trying to run the offense in the half-court set. And you miss shots, run out. Before you know it, you have New Mission getting layups and three-point shots. Excel's been stuck on 22.
A good chunk of time here in the second quarter. And Balbuena misses the front end. Aiden for three. That doesn't fall. Arthur comes away with the rebound. 15 seconds left. Oh, bad turnover. Bad turnover here for Excel as Salas gets the bucket. 17-point lead for the Titans. See if Vasquez can get it back. He does not, but gets his own rebound. 1 second left.
He was worried about the shot block and just put up too hard.
So New Mission with a furious run there before the half. extends the lead to 17 here in the boys city playoffs opening round. And for a good portion of that first half, both teams were kind of going back and forth, and then all of a sudden New Mission created a lot of turnovers, something that, you know, the Knights didn't really turn the ball over very much until those last couple of minutes where things kind of got away from them.
Most definitely. That's exactly how it happened. I mean, Malcolm Smith called a New Mission timeout maybe halfway through their second quarter. Definitely talked to his team about two things. On offense, go inside to the big guys, and on defense, everybody rebounds, and so we can run out. And that's exactly what that last 5 minutes was all about. New Mission, quite frankly, they didn't do anything spectacular. They just played really basic. They rebounded every miss. They were able to get out front. They had a couple of turnovers, but they made up for them with their steals. They got some lucky steals because, quite frankly, Excel sort of came apart a little bit and had some bad passes.
Right, so certainly a tough couple of minutes there for the Excel Knights. Their head coach, Hakim Johnson, is over with our sideline reporter, Seth Orensky. Seth, take it away.
Joined by South Boston head coach Hakim Johnson. Coach, we had a 2-point game, and then they closed out the run on a 17-2 run. Obviously, they were getting to you a little bit in transition where you guys weren't able to get the ball across half court. What's your message going to be to your team after those last 3 minutes? Really, that's been the difference thus far.
Yeah, so we just got to be strong with the ball. A couple calls I felt didn't go our way, but we still got to play. If they didn't blow the whistle, we got to still play. But we just have to do better in taking care of basketball.
The good news is New Mission's a young team. They've struggled this year in the fourth quarter. How do you focus on keeping your team mentally in this game? Obviously, 17 seems like a lot, but with 16 minutes left, in a playoff game, you never know.
Absolutely. I just got to keep our guys engaged and having them keep attacking. I think we're getting good shots, but they're just not falling. And a lot of our guys are going to the basket, but they're not taking it strong enough. So hopefully they'll be able to take it strong.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half. We'll head to the table.
Seth, thanks very much. And Coach Johnson talking about how his guys, just the shots, a lot of the shots just weren't dropping for him.
Well, that's the key. I mean, the few times that they actually turned over some good half-court offense, got wide-open shots, just weren't making them. And you have Valbuena, their best player, missed the front end of the one-on-one. So things start going downhill. It can happen quick.
Sure, it can start to snowball.
So you have to like Coach Johnson's attitude. He knows that if he can get his guys to be, like you said, stronger with the ball. The press that New Mission put on, it's a press. Yeah, they're long, they have some size, but you beat it with patience. And the few times that Excel was able to beat it, they got a score, or they got an opportunity at least. Other times they were just fumbling the ball, turning it over, and that's how you end up down 17 at halftime.
Right. Well, we'll see if these two teams have sort of settled down now that they know they're in the city playoffs. They know where they stand right now. We'll see if Excel can make some adjustments or if New Mission can continue the run that they just went on over the last couple of minutes before halftime. We're going to head to break. When we come back, we will have the second half here from Latin Academy High School in Dorchester right after these words. Don't go away.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Got a quarter?
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Green hat. Red hat. Oops. Red shirt. Blue shirt. Yellow shirt. Oops. Yellow pants. Red pants. Green pants. Oops.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester. As we're just about ready to start the third quarter here at the Boys City League City Playoffs opening round, and we're going to take a look at our halftime stats here. First up, it's the Excel Knights.
This Excel Arthur, some strong drives to the basket with 10 points. Balbuena, we mentioned he's usually the high scorer with 8 rebounds. Vasquez with 3. Balbuena had a couple. Balbuena a couple of assists, and Kyle Murphy also had an assist.
Let's take a look at the New Mission halftime stats.
For New Mission, pretty much spread out. You have Salas with 8. You have Dare. Good first half for him, 7 points. Dare also had 12 rebounds. Brown off the bench with 7 rebounds. Finklin with 5 assists and Brown with 3. So New Mission spreads things around, even though they're a younger team. I mean, think about this. You got a sophomore, Dare, who wasn't supposed to play. He was questionable about playing.
Right, and he's had a really good first half. We got some highlights of him.
Yeah, he's big fella right there. That's one of his first moves, a 3-point play. And like you mentioned, 12 rebounds, using that big body inside. And it really changes things because Excel has no one that big. I mean, Arthur's sort of his same size, but you got Dare. And he had a bunch of blocks in the first half also. So think about this. Malcolm Smith got 19 rebounds out of between Dare and the freshman off the bench. 19 rebounds in one half.
Right. You talk about a guard and then a big.
Right.
And Excel just had 9 total rebounds in that first half. So
shows
Dare out-rebounded the Excel Knights.
It shows you the difference when you use size correctly.
So we're just about ready to start the third quarter here on Game of the Week. New Mission with a 17-point lead over the Excel Knights, and that got extended right before the half in about a 2 or 3 minute spurt by the Titans. Finklin, step back jumper, short with it, and a rebound comes down to Christian Arthur. They get it to Balbuena right away. We'll see if he can go to work here against Kari Brown.
Well, no surprise, Brown stopped in the half.
Balbuena knocking down the mid-range jumper.
One of the few times that Balbuena actually worked with the ball from the baseline. Because of the deficit, XL forced to go man-to-man to try to play straight-up defense.
Tesla, once again, working hard inside. Him and Dare have been a good 1-2 combo in the paint for the Titans. A little bit of contact. Now it's Balbuena, no good on the 3. Tesla rips down the rebound for the Titans. Salas quickly down the other end, can't score the layup. Lee trying to chase down the rebound, but that's going to stay with New Mission. Substitution for the Southie Knights as Alejandro Dupree going to come in for Excel as Kong Lee heads to the bench. Dare double teamed down low. And
they traveled there, yeah. He was double teamed, and that made him take the extra step. Try to make the same move that we saw in the highlight at halftime. Split the double and go right to the backboard.
Balbuena, step back 3. Short with that one. Rebound comes down to Zakari Brown. Dare again double team, kicks over to Teslim for 3. Abdul knocks down the trifecta.
It's like one of those things you can't cover everything.
20-point lead for New Mission. Murphy answers with a 3 of his own. And Coach Johnson takes timeout here. 5:52 left to go in the third quarter. A 17-point lead for New Mission. And right now, Excel just kind of matching shot for shot.
Yeah, Murphy that time got a bit of an opening. It really wasn't wide open because the defense was coming at him. Did a good job to concentrate, bury that 3. This is a defensive talk right here because Hakeem Johnson, I'm sure she's sort of torn between, do I stay man-to-man and get beat on the post every time, or do I try to scramble it around, but then that allows them to kill clock. So double-digit deficits are tough because you got to come out of character a little bit. At the same time, you got to hope that Balbuena can really start to open up offensively.
And we saw him make that nice move down on the baseline for that mid-range jumper. He has also taken a lot of 3s, and as we mentioned, not a big-time shooter
streak.
Yeah, right.
He called it early in the open. That's what we've seen.
So
and
the Knights got to hope that he catches fire at some point. So out of the timeout, New Mission with the basketball.
Full court pressure here.
And there you go. There you got a turnover.
That was unforced. I mean, Balbuena was there, but I mean, he wasn't even creating any pressure.
And good save there.
Right back over. Yeah.
And Steele and Brown.
Wow, three turnovers in a row, back to back to back.
Substitution for the Knights as Kong Lee comes back in for Excel. And Dupree heads to the bench. Good swing to Balbuena for an open three. And Dare again comes away with it for New Mission.
It's a tough night for him from the three-point line.
Finklin over to Brown for three. Brown, nothing but nylon.
Well, we talked about him coming off the bench as instant offense, and he was put in the starting lineup here in the third quarter to keep going what he had going in that first half. Reaching foul is going to be called as trying to go to the basket. Yeah, Chester Arthur. Is that Salas? Yeah, freshman called on the reaching. Watch Salas, he's reaching from behind.
Vasquez now back in for the Knights as Murphy takes a seat. Vasquez over to Arthur. Arthur short with the three, gets his own rebound. Balbuena for three, gets fouled, taking the three, and he'll get 3 free throws.
Smart play because he felt the defender right next to him was not set. So he's forced that shot, but had a good chance of getting the foul, which he did. If you watch this, he knows the defender's off balance.
And Balbuena continues to struggle at the free throw line. You're trailing. These are the ones you need.
Clock is stopped. Your teammates can get a breather.
Knocks down the second.
That's a really nice stroke. Matter of fact, even on the threes he's missing, he has a really nice stroke. Looks like they're going in.
And 1 for 3 is Balbuena on that trip to the charity stripe. Finklin beats the press. Now it's Salas. Brown. Looked like he might have gotten away with an extra step. And the Knights come away with the steal. Here comes Arthur. Balbuena straight to the basket. Back to a 17-point lead for New Mission. Brown lines up a three. And a big-time rebound inside from Arthur. Southie continues to try to dribble through that trap.
I was just going to say the same thing. That's deadly. You can't do that. You just got to advance the ball, preferably up the sideline, to create some open floor.
You see it right there. Vasquez trying to dribble through the two-man trap. Balbuena lines up another three. That one short. Brown comes away with it for the Titans. Brown with a 1-on-3. And the Titans come away with the loose ball.
Yeah, Malcolm Smith wants his team to use some shot clock and run some half-court offense. Get the size advantage. Here's Dare.
Scores inside, count the bucket, and the foul for the sophomore, Saquon Dare.
That little slice cut from the foul line, wide open. Spread the floor, take your time. Lee, just not enough to body up with him.
Here we go, one.
Dare's really had a game, man. I guess being sick might give him some extra rest, huh? He's been doing it the whole game.
Yeah, completes that three-point play. Back to a 20-point lead for New Mission. And once again, they're creating turnovers in the backcourt. Southie's got to get it over half court. That's going to be a half-court violation on the Knights. Kyle Murphy's got to go back in. 15 turnovers now for Excel. As Damian Alvarez, the freshman, also in for the Knights.
Well, Knights are going to come up with some fresh legs so they can hopefully do a better job defensively.
Southie with that trap, trying to create a turnover. And they do. New Mission gets it right back, but Salah stepped out of bounds, so let it go back to the Knights.
Everything in the corner in the half court is going to be a double team automatically.
See Malcolm Smith not happy with the turnover.
So he makes his team stay in the full court pressure.
Murphy straight to the basket and sort of got caught underneath the rim. Brown shuffled his feet, so that'll go back to the Knights. Alvarez now back to Balbuena.
Yes, the Excel kids really are moving to the spots.
Balbuena gets it swatted away by Dare. Here comes Brown. Now it's Salas for three. Boy, each team Balbuena gets the ball, there's two guys there. Balbuena straight to the basket. Dare. A lot of contact on both ends of the floor. They're letting it go. Here comes Balbuena. Gets fouled for the basket and one.
Yeah, Balbuena is exhausted, so he didn't even come down court. That's why he was able to get that sort of free layup. Now watch this. He's only down court because he never came back past half court. Gets hit, but it's hit in the left hand, makes the layup with the right hand.
Balbuena out of the timeout will be shooting to look to complete a three-point play. Both coaches now, I think on subsequent plays, both coaches are like, well, nothing there?
It's for different reasons. Okay, now Malcolm Smith just wants to, like you said, get his team back to controlling the game.
Right.
Meanwhile, obviously Coach Johnson there for Excel wants to pick up the pace, you know, hopefully get some calls, stay in that double teaming defense, but he's had some trouble just getting some guys off the bench to sort of get to the right spots. Now this coming out, there'll be the one free throw for Balbuena. I'm sure they'll go to some kind of full court pressure to try to get a trap in the back court. Both teams have had at least one 10-second violation. Excel needs a few more of those to give themselves a chance to get back in this.
Coach Smith for the Titans mentioned that, you know, lately especially because of the young team, because the team is not used to this many games, they're starting to wear out a little bit. The fourth quarter, and late in the fourth quarter especially, is when they start to sort of lose focus.
And also, I think
run out of steam.
Part of the youth too. We talked about it before. They have some very young players.
Balbuena misses another free throw. And Alvarez trying to come away with a steal. He does. Over to Murphy. Open three for Kyle. And he can't get it to go. That was halfway down the rim.
It's going to be a hell ball. Going back to XL.
Alvarez lines up a three. The freshman no good. Trying to chase down the rebound, but it's Dare who comes away with it for the Titans. Dare now with 17 rebounds for New Mission. Almost a steal for Hallman.
The man-to-man is not where Excel wants to be because there's a couple of mismatches out there.
Dare going to work inside. Gets another basket and one just before the shot clock violation.
To make it worse, the shot clock was buzzing while the ball was in the air.
This is a nice drop step move from Saquon Dare.
I mean, he might have. There you go. Excellent job. Excellent job.
Whatever sickness he's had over the last couple of days, I wonder.
I'd say
Malcolm's probably like,
said, let's
just
pass
stay
it around.
Yeah.
Give it to some of these other guys.
Right. Don't wear a coat to school.
Before our next game.
Balbuena in the open floor, trying to go coast to coast. I'm going to call a blocking foul on Tesla.
That was just a frustration drive that time. A lot of times we talk about Balbuena one-on-one and going all the way. A lot of times during the football season we talk about an angry run.
Yeah, right.
It's the same concept. It's a tough night for him. It's too bad too because he's the better shooter than this.
Right.
That's simple. The simplest way you can say it. He's a much better shooter than this.
Yeah, he's well under the 50% mark at the free throw line. Knocks down the second. 19-point lead for New Mission. Good swing to Teslim for three, and Abdul knocks down another one. Murphy gets the runner to go.
That's the little floater.
20-point lead for New Mission, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Salas, step back jumper, gets it to go. Balbuena gets it poked away. Salas now with it in the open floor. Juan Salas off the jump stop.
Travel there.
And
the jump stop was fine, but he took another little step after the jump stop.
Yeah, I think players forget a jump stop is actually
Stop.
actual two steps.
Right, exactly.
Because both your feet are moving. I think sometimes players think the jump stop is one step, and then you can step again.
That was called correctly. He did nice strong jump stop as you mentioned, but he just needed to shoot the ball.
10 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Murphy got to fire one up here. And Kyle gets fouled on his way to the basket. He'll get two free throws.
Two free throws.
First free throw is good from Kyle Murphy. Murphy 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Still a 20-point lead here for the Titans just before the end of the third quarter. New Mission on top 57-37 here at the Boys City League opening round of the playoffs. Saquon Dare really having a great game down low for the Titans. We'll see if it continues in the fourth here on Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School in Dorchester for Game of the Week. We got the Boys City Playoffs opening round here at Latin Academy High. We're just about ready to start the fourth quarter. Folks, if you want to follow us on social media, certainly go to our Facebook page. Search for Game of the Week here in Boston on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV. And if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. They're actually looking for New Mission right now because during the break they actually just went outside. I think they're trying to cool off a little bit. This gym has been very hot tonight. It's unseasonably warm for February, but
Get
back
in
on
time.
the floor.
Just in time.
Titans with a 20-point lead inside to Salas, and Juan misses that layup. Arthur dribbling through traffic, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Tesla.
Yeah, we saw some strong drives to the basket by Christian Arthur in the first half. That time you had Tesla stepping in.
Arthur inside, scores over the top of Dare. $18-point lead for the Titans. Teslim inside, no good. Trying for the putback, no good. Dare. Getting fouled up top.
He's the go-to guy at this point. No longer sick, huh? And I just like the way he uses his upper body. Let's not forget, he's only a sophomore.
Right.
That's the best part, I think. I think that's the best part that Coach Malcolm Smith likes. He works hard. We're developing those drop steps on the baseline. Takes advantage of the fact that he has a small defender.
Dare no good on the second. Corner three, no good from Alvarez. Putback is good from Christian Arthur, so he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, Arthur's been probably the only really physical player for Excel. Good offensive rebound and putback.
Arthur no good on the three-point play attempt. New Mission back down the other end.
Reach and steal.
Arthur gets it poked away. Nice job by Berry to chase it down that steal. Here comes Teslam. Salas corner three off the back iron again. Rebound and Dare. Spin move. Can't get that to go.
I say we haven't seen many 20 rebound games this season.
We have not. 21 points for Dare as Balbuena goes coast to coast.
Just like that, it's a 14-point game.
Almost another turnover. And Coach Smith doesn't like it. He sees that shrinking lead as well.
Well, not only that, I mean, Finklin's a guy he depends on to take care of the ball, and he's up there fumbling around.
Right.
So
when your senior
help
starts
him out,
to
help him out, give him a timeout, give him a break.
Right, so the Titans lead is now down to 14 here. 6:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sideline reporter Seth Orensky with an update for us. Seth, what's happening?
Guys, it's no secret that New Mission has struggled in fourth quarters this season. They came into the quarter up by 20. It's been cut to 14. It was really interesting what head coach Malcolm Smith did in between quarters. Instead of talking X and O's, he took his entire team out into the hallway and gave a motivational speech as if the team was down by 20 points. He was focused on making history, on doing it with such a young team, and the team thought would come out fired up. Right now they've been struggling a little bit. We'll see if it pays off in the long run. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Seth. 14
it is cooler in the hallway. We can feel from here.
Right.
But again, you got to try and manage the lead. They've been doing the right thing. That time they just had some bad luck because Dare wasn't able to put down the shots he's been putting down all game. Balbuena had to go defensively to travel. Dare lost his balance on that one, but see, when they were going man-man, Excel's putting Balbuena with his length on Dare. This is a key possession here, because emotionally for Excel, if they can score, then they'll really feel like they're back in it. They get the ball to Balbuena though. There you go.
Working on a smaller Berry. Valbuena step back three, buries it for the Knights.
That's the one you wanted. That's the one you wanted, and now Coach Johnson is going to call a timeout because, first of all, to let his team know, okay, guys, we scored 9 straight points, all right? Let's get a stop here, no reaching, move your feet, everybody rebounds. You know, on any level. Watch Valbuena again. One of the few times that he's been able to separate himself, good space, and create that three-point shot.
Valbuena now with 22 points to lead all scorers. And you got to think they're going to try to just go to him and Christian Arthur down the stretch.
This last 5:47, that's all for him. I mean, when you're in offense, you just got to get to him. And it's no secret. I mean, New Michigan, they can, on their side during the timeout, they'll decide if they're going to double him and make him give it up every time. So he's smart enough that he'll understand that as soon as he catches the ball, he's got to decide right away, I'm either going to shoot, I'm going to drive, or I'm going to pass. Nice little comeback, though. Give him credit.
No question.
9 straight points.
That's exactly what this team needed. And now if you're New Mission, too, you're that younger team. You haven't played well in fourth quarters.
That's right.
That's starting to seep in right now.
Let Dari go down low.
Teslam, another three. That one off the back rim. Hallman with the rebound. See a little pep in the step of the Knights right now. Arthur. Alvarez for three. Gets it to go, the freshman. Cuts it down to an 8-point lead.
Yes, he was shooting them all during the pregame.
$12-0 run here for the Excel Knights. Salas on the drive. Fouled on the floor.
I'm just a little surprised Dari's not down on the post. He's been at the foul on the last 2 offensive sets. I mean, they've done nothing. Excel has done nothing with him, as you see the reaching. Dari's had his own way the entire game down on the block. All right, so you got Dakari Brown back in the game.
Aiden now working up top, off the crossover. Nice move to the basket.
Wow, that was a good one. Yeah.
Abubakar Aiden, the freshman for the Titans. Coast to coast goes Murphy. Lead still 8 for New Mission. Wide open on the other end is Tesla. Off the up fake, and he shuffled his feet.
That up fake was an extra step. You know, it was fine up top, but down bottom, you take an extra step. Have a chance to get this game to either 6 or 5.
Bad turnover. As Teslam tries to go coast to coast, and he will be shooting 2 free throws.
Yeah, Kyle Murphy's had a decent floor game. Not sure what was going on there, but a little loss of concentration.
Commits a good foul there, preventing an easy layup. So Abdul Teslam now shooting 2 for the Titans. Knocks down the first. The Titans only 5 for 10 from the free throw line. Teslam knocks down the second. He's the leading scorer for the Titans with 17 points.
Well, he's got most of that from that 3-point, that deep baseline corner 3-point shot.
Alvarez. Arthur swings it to Murphy for 3. Around the rim and out. Arthur gets the putback for the Knights. Dare now working from the elbow. Brown for 3, way off. Tesla gets fouled inside.
Yeah, actually, there's good defense, but the air ball actually hurt Excel because it allowed the size of Teslam to get that rebound. Should be this clock.
Brown with an open three. Takari no good on that one. Teslam with another rebound. Teslam scores inside, count the basket, and one for the New Mission senior.
Well, like you mentioned, leading scorer, but the only returning varsity player from last year, and here in the fourth quarter when the young fellas are having a little bit of trouble. Gets a big rebound, now has a chance for a big three-point play.
2 for 2 on his last trip to the line, and he cannot complete it. Brown with the rebound. And Takari Brown is fouled underneath.
How did Brown sneak in there?
He's now got 10 rebounds for the Titans. Boy, coming off the bench, a guard getting 10 rebounds.
Oh, yep, we start next year. Every game. In fact, you're talking about if they move on from here, you're talking about city semifinals.
Right.
I mean, it comes down to minutes, obviously, but he's the guy, one of the kids who has to be on the floor. The winner of this game faces Brighton. So Brighton's been playing well. They earned the bye here in the first city championships.
New Mission will not have what a layup there from Kyle Murphy. Keeps it back within 10. New Mission will not have a size advantage against Brighton.
No, not at all.
You got a big 6'6", 270
plus
something pound center in Gerard Clark as Salas buries the three.
That was a big shot.
That
was
extends
a little early,
13.
actually, on the shot clock, but the fact that it went in is a huge shot.
Balbuena inside, and he'll head back to the free throw line. We talked about Brighton before. They obviously graduated a couple of very good players, Jordan Galloway and Ty Perry, but they still have Clark. They still have Quincy Taylor. Right. Those two big guys down low. You still have McHugh Howard, who's now their point guard. Several good players on that Bengals team. They're not quite as good as they were last year, but they're still a very good team.
Good team, very good team. They still shoot threes from the outside. Like you mentioned, those bookends. It's the same way there are defensive ends in the football team.
That's right.
I'd say they play both sides of the lane. They rebound well.
And of course, I can't forget the 5'6" Johnny Ortiz.
Oh, yeah.
Who has
Spark Plug.
Who has somehow become an outstanding player. Brown tried a whirling dervish of a layup there. That's going to go back to the Knights. Coach Smith did mention sometimes Takari Brown. Here comes Balbuena out in the open floor. How did that go in? My goodness.
Well, he was trying to get a foul. There was no contact, but like you said, he spun it correctly.
Yanni Balbuena. Oh, nice drive. Finish was not there for Salas. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Hallman.
He's off balance and did have a little bit of a push off.
Let's take a look at the replay here of Balbuena's crazy shot.
He was waiting for contact on that, but he had enough English on to spin it home.
Fancy finish from Balbuena. Still a 10-point lead here for New Mission. 2 minutes left to go, and Excel really needs to stop right here.
This time they've put Dare down. Now he's coming up as the outlet at the foul line. Finklin.
Elbow jumper.
Yeah.
That, I think, just sealed it.
That was a nice play because Dare was down, but then he came up and set a nice pick.
Ball was off of the Titans, so it'll go back to Excel. 1:36 left on the clock.
Yeah, Tyrese Marshall with his length playing Balbuena.
Alleman on the drive. Wasn't able to get it to go. New Mission now with it. And a 12-point lead with 1:24 left on the clock. Right now, Southeast just got to start fouling. Finklin off the up fake. Nice feed inside.
Dare.
Juan Dare. Corner three. Good from Alvarez. Knight's not giving up just yet. That three cuts it back down to an 11-point lead for New Mission.
But like you said, this time down they got to foul. They got to make New Mission make some shots. Nice pass, wide open freshman. Feels good hitting 2 big threes in the fourth quarter, right? Regardless of the score.
But Coach Johnson really likes Damian. He thinks that he's sort of that next player in his program that's going to sort of take it to the next step.
He's one of those kids sort of gangling, so you feel like he's going to put some muscle on, possibly some more height. And that's when you have the basics. I mean, clearly he got put in because the other guys were really struggling, but obviously he has a nice shot from the baseline. He hit 2 of them. And as he develops, it's tough to say. Obviously, he has to want to work at it to get better. It was interesting to see about Balbuena had the ball up here. He could have forced a drive to the hoop, but instead he saw his freshman teammate in the corner get it to him.
Sure, and I'm sure it helps that he saw make one earlier. Had a little more confidence in him that second time around. So the Mission with the ball, just under a minute left to go. Titans with an 11-point lead. And Teslam, smart move back out to Salas. Not a smart shot, but New Mission's going to hang on now.
They took the foul now, yeah. They had the chance to get a rebound because it was an ill-advised shot. You're right. In fact, Malcolm Smith called him over.
Yeah.
Why are you shooting that? There's no need for the shot. What is it you don't get? They're up 11.
There is no coach in Boston City League basketball that has better facial expressions than Malcolm Smith.
I think he practices on
yeah.
Just in the mirror. So the guys will know what each one means.
Yeah, right. And Finklin cannot hit the first.
Where does that make him? The John Gruden of Boston basketball?
Right, probably.
Malcolm loves it, though. Played himself, played high school, played college ball, stayed with it, like you said. And a lot of years of high school. And even though he's a young team, he'll take him as far as they can go. No doubt about that. They say you need to shoot that one.
Arthur on the drive. I think you're seing an exhausted
Arthur. That was a tired miss there because him
and Balbuena haven't come out.
Oh, and Arthur's been one of the guys down there fighting against that size of New Mission. I think Murphy has fouled out.
Kyle Murphy heading to the bench with the 5 fouls. Vasquez coming back in. We mentioned Alvarez. Certainly, Excel has some games left to play. They're heading to the tournament, but you still have, just talking about next year, you still got Murphy's only a sophomore.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And then you got Alvarez as well.
To work with. I mean, that's what you look forward to. I mean, he'll feel bad tonight because he had a real tough turnover at half court when they were on that 12-0 run. That sort of helped give some life back to New Mission. To travel there.
Sal looking for a good shot here as Arthur is short with it. Ball goes out of bounds. 11 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Looking forward to the city semifinals, like we mentioned. New Mission going to be playing the Brighton Bengals. No size advantage there. Brighton's also sort of the complete opposite of New Mission in this aspect too. They're very battle tested. You got guys that, city championship, state championship last year. You got a few seniors and the 2 big guys. LaQ Howard's had a lot of time out on the floor for the Bengals. So it's just a completely different matchup.
It's going to be a huge challenge.
In the next round.
Huge challenge.
On the other side,
they have developed bodies. That's the thing. They got a bunch of football players who play pretty well, and they're just like you said. They're older. Now, the one thing that is a little surprising, Brighton's had a few games where they have had big leads and then giving up the leads in the fourth quarter. They usually will still sneak out the win, but I know that Hugh Coleman's concerned about Why am I experienced players making these kinds of mistakes?
So Dare gets the block there, and I think that just gave him a triple-double. So a heck of a game for Saquon Dare, Abdul Teslim. Like we mentioned, we thought those big guys would take advantage of the size advantage for the Titans. They did. New Mission goes on to win 76-61 over the Excel Knights. Nice game here tonight. I mean, the final score says 15-point game. It really wasn't that, especially with that nice run that Excel made
most of the
late
game,
in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, most of the game was very competitive, especially in that fourth quarter when we had that 12-0 run by Excel that actually brought them down to 9 points. And they were in a situation, 8 points. They had a situation they could have got within 6 or 5. And then they had a really bad turnover. But again, give New Mission credit, the freshmen, and that you have to like the fact from Malcolm Smith's coaching standpoint, he left those freshmen out there.
Right.
Even though they were struggling, he left them out there, let them work their way through it. Then he brought back his veteran guys at the very end to close it down.
No question. So the young New Mission Titans are moving on to the city semifinals next week over at Madison Park. Excel Knights, they obviously don't move on to the city playoffs, but they'll have some state tournament, at least one state tournament game coming up in about a week and a half when the state tournament gets going here in Massachusetts. Folks, we're going to head to break. When we come back, we will have our player of the game, our final stats here at Latin Academy High School here on Game of the Week. Make sure you stick around.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation.
We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. It's gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Latin Academy High School. At the conclusion of Game of the Week, the New Mission Titans take down the Excel Knights 76-61. The Titans have moved on here in the new formatted city playoffs here in boys basketball. Certainly a lot of great plays from a lot of great players tonight for the Titans, especially the two big guys down low, but Saquon Dare with a fantastic game. He is with our sideline reporter Seth Orensky and the game-winning coach Malcolm Smith. Seth, take it away.
Joined by our MVP, Saquon Dare, and head coach Malcolm Smith. Saquon, a rare triple-double, 14 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 blocks. You knew you guys had a size advantage in this game. What were you aiming to do to really make your presence known in this contest?
So, wanted to out-rebound them and get back on defense, basically.
You weren't feeling good this week. I saw you coughing a couple times out there. How big was it to not only be able to play today, but have such a big game in front of such a big crowd?
I had to help my team win so we can get further in the cities, because no one expected us to get this far, and now we get this far. We're ready to make some noise.
You were on last year's team, played a little bit of varsity before getting hurt. What's your message? What's Abdul's message to the younger guys about what it means to be a New Mission basketball player and some of the expectations?
Just keep working hard, defense, rebound, all that. Yep.
Thanks so much for your time. He's a guy who's clearly been listening a lot to Coach Smith. Coach, you gave a very impassioned speech in between the third and fourth quarter about the chance to make history. It almost felt like you were down 20 instead of up 20. Why did you think that was the way to go with this group?
Well, this is a group that's new to me, and I'm new to them. And, it's just, I was trying to let them know that, you guys have come a long way. To be honest with you, we predicted to win 3 games. Okay, you asked me, we won 6 more games that we should have really won. But I wanted to let them know that they had a chance to make history at New Mission to continue the streak as in terms of being in the city playoffs, from as it went on and everything else. I thought that was important for them. I'm a newcomer to this and everything else. And I just told them like this, listen, don't let me tarnish the legacy. So you all got to take this now, this last 4 quarters, this last 8 minutes. Now, I understand, once again, we had a seatbelt that had to be put on with us, but I knew that coming in.
You said your goal was to get out to a double-digit lead early. It took until about 13, 14 minutes in. What was your biggest focus? You took a timeout and immediately went on a 5-0 run. It stretched out to 17-2. What was your biggest focus there where you turned up the pressure and they seemed to kind of wilt at the end of the first half?
Well, I just know that if we don't speed things up, we can't play, okay? I'm not that good of a coach with a new group. My thing is man-to-man defense, and so what happened was we go into all this gimmick press, all this gimmick zone. So I just told my assistant, that's enough. You shut up, let me do this right now. Called a timeout and said, listen, either we're going to lay down, okay, by playing man, or we're going to get up by playing man. Just told him right now, listen, you got to put a forearm, you got to lean, and you got to want it. So we came out there. I was surprised they bit. I was surprised they bit because I thought they'd, shy away, but they got physical the way that I liked it, and that's what helped us implore to keep that lead, though.
Finally, city semifinals, a rematch with the Brighton team you've already beaten this year. What would it mean to get to the city finals with such a young group in your first year at New Mission?
Oh, that'd be big. That'd be big. That'd be startling, to be honest with you, but that'd be real big. I think not so much for me, but for them. They really work hard. I'll be honest with you, that's a good group of kids. That's a good group of kids right there. I don't throw that around loosely, that. But they work hard. They're fun to be around, everything else. And, like I said, the cities is what they earn. They get a chance to spend families and friends. This is their home. This is their neighborhood. To be able to get to that city final would be great, would be really great. So we got work to do against Brighton because I know they're not too happy about that L they took to us and everything else. He was a good coach, and I know he wants to come out hard. So we got to get ready, have some fun at Madison. I know they'll play harder because that atmosphere over there, just precipitates that. So we got to do what we got to do.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Always a fun interview. We'll head back to the table for one last time.
Thanks very much, Seth. And, Malcolm Smith, talking about if they do get to the city championship, still got a ways to go. But Malcolm's won a couple of city championships himself.
Right.
He did it over at East Boston. No stranger to that atmosphere. So they do have a shot. Tough roadblock in front of them in Brighton, but that's going to be a fun game to watch.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he has the young players, but they can shoot. Like you said, when they speed the game up, they can definitely fast break. And it's funny to hear him say, because he used to tell us the same thing at East Boston. He doesn't like the gimmick defenses. But when you have younger players, and sometimes, depending on the size or foul trouble, you have to go to them. So if he can stay in man-to-man where he's comfortable, where he likes to have his team comfortable, they can make some noise. I mean, they have some offense, no doubt about that. And if Dare, the sophomore, plays this big, he can create some problems down the baseline.
Yeah, Saquon Dare with that triple-double that we haven't seen triple-double in Game of the Week in quite some time. Folks, let's take a look at the final stats from this game before we sign off from Latin Academy High School. And first up, it's the Excel Knights.
There's Excel. Balbuena, their leading scorer all season. As you mentioned, a 1,000-point career score of 25 points. Arthur was 16. Really hard-earned points by Arthur, driving to the basket and being underneath. Arthur with 6 rebounds. Holman with 5. Yeah, Balbuena with 6 assists, and Murphy pitched in with 3 before fouling out.
And let's take a look at New Mission stats.
Again, spread out a bit. They have Teslin, the senior, 19 points. Dare with those 14, 21 rebounds. Brown with 11 rebounds, and then Finklin, the senior, like you said, lets control things. That's what Malcolm Smith depends on him for. 7 assists, and Salas added 3 assists.
So there you have it, the New Mission Titans moving on to the city playoff semifinals next week over at Madison Park. We will have the city championships next Thursday over at Madison Park starting at 4:30. The boys' game is going to be first this year, so they're changing it up. The boys will be at 4:30. Girls' game will be right around 6:30 over at Madison Park High School. If you want to follow us, again, folks, you can follow us on social media. First up, you can take a look at this game again. You can go to our website, www.cityofboston.gov/game of the week. All the games from this season are up there, football games as well, so make sure you check that out. You can also follow us on Facebook. Search for Game of the Week here in Boston. We got a lot of different links to games, links to plays, a lot of different pictures, a lot of good stuff up on Facebook, so make sure you like us. You can also follow us on Twitter at Boston City TV, and if you want to tweet at us, use the hashtag BostonGOW. Next up is the madness of the city championships. It's going to be a lot of fun next Thursday, so make sure you tune in live for that one. For right now, we're going to say so long here from Latin Academy High School in Dorchester here on Game of the Week. Take care, everybody.